BTIG out with its top plays of 2024. The firm is saying that healthcare and biotech are its sectors to watch this year. Now, we want to dig in to these picks and more. When it comes to some of these top picks, Maddie, we know investors are doing their best to position their portfolio for some of the gains that we could see here ahead over the next 12 months. On this call out from BTIG, what caught my attention were those two particular things when it comes to healthcare and biotech. And here's why. We've talked so much this year about the tech sector, the Magnificent Seven, the lack of breadth that we saw in the market when we saw this massive run up, especially in the first half of the year, and then of course to end the fourth quarter. But they're saying that, hey, even though healthcare underperformed back in 2022, didn't do a heck of a lot in 2023. They're making the case that healthcare is positioned for future gains heading into 2024, that we could see this breakout of the trading range that it has been stuck in. And then also biotech, BTIG saying that they do see biotech potentially emerging from this bear market that biotech has been in over the last 3 years. We have started to see more and more M&A activity pick up a bit there within the sector. Anjali Kamlani, our colleague there, reporting a bunch on some of those recent deals like Bristol Myers Squibb. We have AstraZeneca. But then also just in terms of some of those individual names that they see, Legend Biotech Corp and Stoke Therapeutics, not necessarily stocks that are household names or are really known to every investor out there. So they are seeing some of those stocks that are maybe underneath the hood, or maybe some of those lesser known plays as positioned, at least they're making the case, positioned well to really see a breakout this year. Yeah, we had an analyst on the evening show on Friday talking about how biotech is really positioned to have a great year heading into 2024 because of the amount of M&A activity that's expected, just like you said. So it'll be interesting to continue to see whether or not that comes to fruition. I remember reporting on the Pfizer Biogen deal, and the street didn't necessarily reward either of those names following that because of questions about the numbers in terms of the final deal. So that's a question we're going to have to contend with moving forward. But going back to this BTIG top picks list, I was interested in what they had to say about the tech names. We've been talking a lot about the concentration into the Magnificent Seven, of course. Some of these cybersecurity firms getting a lot of attention heading into this year. I think about a ServiceNow, Palo Alto Networks, Okta, of course. And this is because given the AI boom, we're continuing to see concerns for companies across the board about how they are going to deal with continued cybersecurity threats. And this is something where AI is able to push forward on not only threats for these firms, but also it's a tool for these firms to use to be able to increase their offerings. We know that Microsoft, for example, offering some new products in terms of their cybersecurity services that they're able to provide. And we're seeing the street rewarding that news every single time. And Palo Alto Networks, as you can see here, having a great year, going up in the pre-market trade a little bit as well here. So it's going to be interesting to see whether or not those cybersecurity firms can continue to cut costs using AI tools, Seana.
Yeah, exactly. And when it comes to some of those individual picks, mentioning here Okta, CrowdStrike, both have a buy rating on those. The fact that companies do need to spend on cybersecurity. Yes, they are cutting spending in many facets to try to better position their company in 2024. Certainly a lot of uncertainty out there in terms of the Fed cutting, what exactly that timing is going to look like. The fact that we are seeing a global economic slowdown has maybe made companies rethink some of their spending plans as they look ahead to the new year. But when it comes to what we are seeing companies continue to spend on and not pull back too much on, it is cybersecurity. That has been the theme there. And as we have seen from a number of analysts over the last several weeks, cybersecurity being some of those top plays for 2024.